Right now, a lot of homeowners in the Denver suburbs are trying to figure out, should I sell now or wait? But here's what I'm seeing. The people who get this wrong, they don't realize it until after they've already made the move. And it usually shows up in one or two ways. Either they moved too soon and they realized that their next step wasn't quite as clear as they thought, or they waited, thinking they were being very careful and ended up making a move under more pressure than they needed to. So if you've been walking through your home lately thinking, this doesn't quite fit the way it used to, or maybe it still works, but now it's starting to feel like a lot more than you want to manage, you're not alone. Just so you know, here's where I see people get tripped up. They don't actually make a decision. They react to pressure. Right now, there's a lot of pressure out there. You hear things like, it's a great time to sell, or inventory is still low, or inventory is increasing, or you should list before everyone else does. And it starts to feel like, maybe I should be doing something. So what happens? You start making decisions before you're actually clear. You think, I'll figure out where I'm going later. I just need to get it sold first. Once I do that, I'll have more options. And that's where things start to get hard. Because now you're not just selling a home. You're trying to make your next move while you're already in motion. And that creates stress that really didn't need to be there. And this is one of the biggest mistakes I see. Not that someone chose to move, but that they didn't slow down long enough to be clear on why they were moving in the first place. But the opposite can be just as tricky. And honestly, I see this one just as often. This is the idea that I'll wait until the timing's better. Maybe you're thinking, I'll wait until rates come down. I'll wait until there are more homes to choose from or fewer homes to compete with. I'll wait until things feel more certain. And on the surface, that sounds smart. But here's what I see happen. That perfect time, it has a way of never actually showing up. And instead, you stay in a home that doesn't quite fit anymore, longer than you really want to, and sometimes longer than you should have. And then something shifts. It's not a calm decision anymore. Now it's coming from frustration, pressure, health changes. Or worse, it's no longer your decision to make. And that's a very different place to plan, decide, and act from. And this is exactly where I see a lot of people start to feel stuck. They don't need more information. They need a way to think it through. That's why I put together the simple What's Next guide. Not to tell you when to move, but to help you get clear before timing or pressure makes the decision for you. Because when you really step back, this isn't about timing the market. It's about making a move that actually fits your life. I've linked it down below. So if moving too fast creates stress, and waiting too long can create pressure, then what's the right way to think about this? It's not actually when is the best time to sell. It's this. Am I clear on what I want my next chapter to look like before I make a move? And that usually comes down to asking yourself a few questions. 1, do I actually want to stay in this area, or has my life shifted enough that a different location might make more sense? 2, do I want less maintenance, fewer stairs, something that fits how I live today, not how I lived 10 or 20 years ago? And 3, what do I actually want my day-to-day life to feel like? Easier, more connected, closer to friends or family? And have I actually had those conversations yet? Because when you're clear on those things, the timing question becomes a lot easier to answer. And more importantly, you're making the decision instead of the situation making it for you. If this is something you've been thinking about, I did put together that What's Next guide to help you walk through these decisions step by step, so you're not trying to figure it all out in the middle of everything. I've linked it down in the description. And if we haven't met yet, my name's Peggy Durstoff. I'm a realtor with Live Denver Suburbs, powered by HomeSmart, and I specialize in helping women over 50 make smart real estate decisions without pressure and without regret, especially when they're doing it on their own. And once you start getting clear on your decisions, the next thing you'll want to understand is what actually happens once your home hits the market. Because right now in the Denver market, some homes are selling quickly and others are falling apart after they go under contract. And if you haven't seen that yet, I did a video breaking down exactly what's happening and what you can do to avoid it. I'll link that there. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.